Hello again, welcome to another quick update. This is just to answer a few questions that arose out of my last video regarding the track plan. A couple of questions really. So first of all, regarding the track plan. Before I do that, this is the actual whole track plan, which I don't think I showed you in the last few. So we've got the helix here, as you know about. This is the station area. The helix comes down and goes underneath this grey bit, this grey section, and that's where the storage tracks are. But the locomotives could come out the station on the green line and then they go round the wall. This is downwards, by the way, so it goes down here to another helix where it starts to go up again. So it's just a two-loop helix. This one goes back up to the station and through the other helix. So that's the whole track plan, if you like. So to look at the 3D view, which is the question I got asked, how do you drive around in the 3D view? So in AnyRail, you click the 3D view button and then it switches to 3D view. This is what you see first. You see a plan view. Now in this view, which is this camera view here, standard camera, you move the mouse to move around, use the scroll wheel to zoom in, zoom out, but that gives you sort of an overview, if you like. This camera view here, FPS camera, mouse and arrow keys, if I switch to that, that actually gives you much better control, much more of a driver's eye. So what I'm doing now, I'm using the mouse, sliding the mouse right. If you notice, the cursor doesn't actually move, it stays in the middle of the screen. But I'm sliding the mouse right all the time to turn around. If I move the mouse up, you go up, move the mouse down. This is all through the mouse, okay? So, but the best part of this, if we come right around here, is if I use the mouse in conjunction with the cursor keys on the keyboard, we have the up key, the down key, left and right, they actually move the camera position. So if I now move the up cursor key, we start to move forward, and in conjunction with the mouse, if I slide the mouse up, we go up into the air, and then I'm moving the mouse to the left. So I've got the cursor key continuously pressed here, by the way, so that's what's making us move forward. And you can see the station layout. This middle track is the through track, and there'll be a platform here and a platform here. So I've still got the up arrow key on the keyboard pressed to make us move forward, and if I use the mouse key, we can go right, we can go left. So I'm sliding the mouse right and left as well. And that's how it should work, basically. So if I stop now, and if I use the down cursor key on the keyboard, we go backwards. So if I just use the mouse to turn around the other way, there's the station again, and I use the cursor key to go forwards. And I can use the mouse to go up high, so get a bit of height. And then we can see more of a plan. If I go use the mouse, drag the mouse back, we can go very low to the track. And once again, I'm using the mouse. I've got the up arrow continuously pressed. And now we're about to enter the helix. The tracking speed, by the way, I think this is fixed. At one point, I thought it might be dependent on the power of your computer, you know, what sort of CPU you have, but I'm not convinced now. I think it's a fixed sort of speed, which isn't very quick, especially if you have a large layout and you don't want to spend ages going around a helix, which is why I sped it up in the last view. So once again, I'm using the up cursor key, keeping it pressed to move forward, and using the mouse at the same time to move right and left. So I hope that answers your questions. And lets you navigate in 3D. It's a great tool. You can drive around your entire layout as if you were the driver, basically. So it's a great little tool. So that was the first question. So besides AnyRail, a couple of people have asked about this on the wall. This is actually an air conditioning unit, but it does more than that. It's air conditioning in the summer, but it's also a heater and a dehumidifier. I built the price into the cost of the summer, so it's essential really, because it gets very hot in here in the summer. When I say very hot, we live in the northeast, so inside I think it peaked at 27 without the AC on this year, which is pretty good because when it was in the loft, in the last house in the last layout, I think the top temperature I had there was 34. That's in the northeast. I know some of you guys further south have it much worse than that. But yeah, so that's the internal unit, the AC, which is it's not too obtrusive, I think. So that sits on the wall, and it's very effective. So we'll take you outside, because a few people said, what's the outside part? So we'll just go around. Well, there's the roads, by the way. That'll be on the next video for the Helix. So we'll just go outside. It's a nice day. It's a bit windy, so the microphone might pick up the wind noise. So the nice little walkway gap between next door's fence and the summer house. Well, I've just walked through a cobweb. Dang me. Okay. So there's the railway. It's a nice day actually. It was forecast rain today. And this is the external compressor. This is a heat exchanger, whatever you want to call it. So it's an LG, and it's pretty quiet, and it's around the back of the house area, summer house area, so we don't hear it. And with the traffic noise, the wind and everything. So those two black pipes are your coolant send and returns, and the white pipe is condensate. It generates condensation basically when it's cooling, and that just drips out there and drains away. So there's not a huge amount, but it needs to go somewhere. The pipe work runs up this groove, as you can see, which is part of the ribbing of the cladding, and goes inside through the wall there, and we have an isolation switch, and that's about it really. So I hope that answers your questions. Just short and sweet. That's the air conditioning, heating, dehumidifying system. It's a shame there's not a train coming. I could have filmed a train, but that's it. Hopefully the next update will be about the Helix. So take care, and until then, bye for now.